Hi, welcome back to Happy Apple Core Homestead. Today we're going to talk about what happens if you have a surplus of eggs. We are kind of moving into the cooler season, but this summer I bet if you have a lot of hens, you have accumulated a lot of eggs, and if so, I'm going to teach you how to preserve these in a great way. There are lots of different ways to preserve your excess eggs. You can dry them in your dehydrator. You can freeze dry them. You can water glass them. But today we're going to talk about freezing. It is super simple, but there are a couple tips that you're going to need to know. First thing, I love these silicone trays. You can get ones of any size if you have a ton of eggs. These are excellent. And then all you're gonna do is scramble your eggs. Do not separate them, you guys. A lot of people are gonna tell you to separate out your whites and your yolks. You don't wanna do that. So just put your eggs in a bowl and give them a good scramble. I don't recommend salting or seasoning these eggs before you put them into your molds because you never know what you're going to want to use for them. Once you get them scrambled up nicely, go ahead and pour them in. Depending on the size of your eggs, this particular tray will hold 2 dozen eggs. Once you have them filled, you can put your lid on and pop them into the freezer. Once they're frozen, I'll show you the next step. Once your scrambled up raw eggs have frozen in the silicone mold, I highly recommend that you vacuum seal them if you can. If you can't, at least put them in a freezer bag and put them in the freezer. They come out like little blocks and they store nicely. Once you're ready to use your eggs, you're going to want to thaw them out in the refrigerator, and they look like this. And you guys, I know that's not very appealing, but I have a big tip for you. If there is any clearness or, some strange looking liquid in here that's not perfectly, like mixed up egg look, you need to use it all, okay? Do not try to strain out what you think is water. It's not water. If you have vacuum sealed your eggs, it is not water. And if you do not use everything that's in this bag, it's not gonna really act like an egg. If you use the entire thing, regardless of how strange it may look, I promise you will have wonderful baked goods. You can scramble these on the stove. You can do whatever you want that you would normally use an egg for. In fact, I will show you that now. Now let's cook up some of these eggs that have been frozen and thawed out. I've got some beef tallow here. We're gonna put a good amount. I'm making a lot of scrambled eggs, so we're gonna use a good, nice amount of beef tallow. Turn this burner on. The tallow is melted down, so we're gonna open up these bags. Just using some kitchen scissors here. And be careful not to spill anything out. You do want all of the goodness inside. There they are, you guys. Beautiful scrambled eggs. They are just as fluffy as ever, and I didn't even have to whisk them again. They're beautiful. they're fluffy, and they taste exactly like they did when I broke them open. This batch here was from 2 years ago, you guys, 2 years ago. And these eggs taste as good as they did the day they were laid. I hope this little tutorial was interesting for you. There's a lot of different things you can do to store up your surplus eggs, but I think freezing them is really unique and it offers so much more variety in what we can do. For example, the way I showed you today, we can make cakes, pies, we can make casseroles, we can put it into meatloaf, we can make pasta, and of course we can make scrambled eggs, and we can make omelets. So lots of different things. Anything you could use a scrambled egg for, you can freeze your eggs in this method. I encourage you to look up other videos on how to water glass, how to freeze dry, and how to dehydrate eggs. Thanks for watching. I have a ton more information coming up for you, and I will see you soon. Bye!